Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all have revised the last topic, and if you all have remembered, we were in our last discussion, that is central nervous system. Okay, and as I said, central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord, and we have completed our discussion on brain. Okay, the detailed structure and function of brain, all the parts involved in brain we have already discussed, and I suggest you to revise it again. Okay, it is very important, and all the structural part, that is most important. Okay, so today we will discuss the second part of central nervous system, that is spinal cord. Okay, it is a very short topic, but it's also very important too. Okay, so just listen to it very carefully. We have discussed, see, in brain we have discussed several structures, and if you all have remembered, brain ends with the brain stem. Okay, brain stem is also known as medulla oblongata, if you all have remembered. Okay, it got how many parts? Brain got 3 parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. The whole part, this one is the cerebrum. Okay, this one is the cerebellum, and the stem part, it is medulla oblongata. The ending portion of medulla oblongata, it gives rise to a cylindrical structure known as spinal cord. Okay, spinal cord is the extension from brain. Okay, where the brain stem ends, it gives rise to spinal cord. Okay, and spinal cord is present inside the vertebral column. Okay, it is present inside the vertebral column, or else commonly we can call it as backbone. Okay, so in structure we can write that brain is cylindrical in structure, and in location we can write what? It is present inside the vertebral column, and it runs along the length of the brain stem. Okay, full length of vertebral column, it is present inside the vertebral column, full length inside the vertebral column. Okay, this is the backbone, okay, or vertebral column. You can see there are so many segments. These are called segments. Okay, there are so many segments. Actually, there are 31 segments present in the vertebral column, and each segment gives rise to nerve. We call it a spinal nerve. If you all have remembered, earlier also I said nerves arises from brain is known as what? Cranial nerve. Okay, and nerves that are arises from spinal cord are known as spinal nerve. So there are 31 pair of spinal nerve. There are 31 segments, and each segment gives rise to a pair of spinal nerve. Okay, these are the spinal nerve, both the side. Okay, so these are known as spinal nerves, which extends from the first segment up to the 31 segment. Okay, and one more thing I am saying you, the last portion, you can see the pointed part here. It's not given in your book, but as for your knowledge only I am saying, this is known as coccyx bone. Okay, this extension, the last small extension of spinal cord is known as coccyx bone. Okay, do you know what is this? Coccyx bone is actually it works in our ancestors. Okay, coccyx bone gives rise to tail. Okay, and gradually in the course of development, during evolution, the coccyx bone stop giving rise to tail. Okay, that's why our ancestor, like in monkeys, they got tail, and now it got reduced. Okay, so now there is no use of coccyx bone. Like this organ which are not in use now are known as vestigial organ. This part you will read in some other chapter. Okay, vestigial organ. Coccyx bone is a vestigial organ. Have you all heard about appendix? Okay, appendix is also one vestigial organ. Gallbladder is also one vestigial organ. Means without that organ also there will be no harmful effect to our body. Okay, hairs in our body also there is no and even no such use of hairs in our body. That is also one vestigial organ. about vestigial organ. Don't worry, you will read in some other chapter. Just for your knowledge I am saying. So this is called coccyx bone, and coccyx bone in our ancestors, okay, this from this coccyx bone only tail rises, okay. But now gradually it the formation of tail is diminished as during the course of evolution, okay. As there is no use of tail, we don't got tail. So next come to our topic. As we were discussing that there are 31 segments, and each segment gives rise to what? A pair of spinal nerve. So there are 31 spinal nerves, remember, okay. So if you will talk about the internal structure of spinal cord, students, if you all have remembered, we have discussed about the gray matter and white matter in brain. If you all have remembered, while discussing brain, we already had discussed about gray matter and white matter. Just try to remember what we had discussed. Gray matter, the outer part of brain contains gray matter, and the inside part contains what? White matter. Means if we will talk about neuron, it got what? Cell body. This is the cell body. I'm just doing the rough diagram. And this is the axon. If you all have remembered, it got a nucleus. The cell body got a nucleus, and it extends down to what? Axon. So in brain we had discussed, okay, it terminates with axon terminal or axon bulb or synaptic bulb, okay. So the cell body part means this portion is present on the outer part of brain, okay, on the outer part, this portion, and the axon part, this portion is present below, but it is reversed in case of spinal cord. In spinal cord, the outer portion of spinal cord is made up of axon, or else we can call it as what? White matter, and the inner portion is made up of gray matter, okay. So again I am repeating, the inner portion of spinal cord is made up of what? Gray matter, and the outer portion is made up of white matter. But it is not so in case of brain. Just reverse it, okay. In case of brain, the outer portion is gray matter and inner portion is white matter. But in brain, the outer portion is white matter and the inner portion is gray matter, okay. So here this is all about spinal cord. Again some more things are there, but no need to study now. In your higher class you will have more details. So just about the structure, just remember this only, about the 31 pair of spinal nerve, about the gray matter and white matter, and this coccyx bone, just I said for your knowledge, okay. Just you should know that coccyx bone gives rise to tail in our ancestor, okay. So this is all about the structure of spinal cord. Now let us discuss about the function, okay. So students, this is the function we can discuss. These are some main functions of spinal cord. The first one you can see, to control reflexes below the neck, okay. About reflex action I will teach you in the next video, okay. So I am not discussing more about reflex action, but now just for your understanding purpose I am saying it controls reflexes below the neck. Means all the stimuli or all the commands that need to be sent below neck are done by spinal cord, okay. All the stimuli or the action, the reverse action, reflex action means the reverse action. Just I gave you the example, biting of mosquito, and in turn we will beat that mosquito. So beating of mosquito is the reflex action, okay. Biting of mosquito is the stimuli, and to beat the mosquito or to kill the mosquito is the reflex action. So all the reflexes below neck is regulated by spinal cord. The second one is to conduct messages from the skin and muscles to the brain, okay. The main function of spinal cord, it also involves, it conducts messages from the skin and muscles to brain. So whenever, again I am giving you the same example of biting of mosquito. Biting of mosquito, the sensation At first it travels to spinal cord, remember, not to brain. Okay, at first the stimulus, it travels to spinal cord and spinal cord sends it to brain. Okay, next, to conduct commands from the brain to muscles of the trunk and limbs. So the reverse part, the same example I'm repeating. The stimulus, that is the biting of mosquito, travels from skin to the spinal cord. Spinal cord will send it to brain, and brain will command our hand to beat that mosquito. That command will also passed by the spinal nerves. Okay, so spinal nerves also carries the sensory, carry the stimulus, comes from the sensory nerve, and also passes the command from the motor nerve. Okay, about more, again I'm repeating, in your class 10th I think you will read some more details about spinal cord. There you will have some more clear idea about the spinal nerves. Okay, about each nerve you will read. Okay, so these are some important functions of spinal cord. Okay, so again one more important thing I'm saying, parts of central nervous system and their main function. So here already we have discussed, central nervous system got two parts, brain and spinal cord. Brain got three section or divisions: cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Just remember this is very important. Cerebrum is for intelligence, consciousness, memory and willpower, already we have discussed. Cerebellum is for muscular coordination and body balance, this part also already we have discussed. Medulla oblongata, breathing, digestion, beating of heart, all the involuntary actions. Okay, cerebellum for voluntary actions, medulla oblongata for involuntary actions, that is not under our control. Okay, spinal cord controls reflexes below the neck, already we have discussed. Now only conduct messages from screen and muscles to the brain, conducts commands from brain to the muscles of the trunk and limb. Okay, we have discussed now only. So this is very important. Just remember the functions of brain and spinal cord. And this is all about the central nervous system. We have completed full about the structure and function of brain and spinal cord. Okay, just repeat it again go through your book and again just read out the topics that we have done, mostly the brain part. Okay, all the structure and function part of brain, that one just remember, and do not get confused on the gray matter and white matter part. Okay, just reverse it. Okay, just compare it with brain and spinal cord. You can write in difference also. Okay, you can make out a difference of brain and spinal cord, so that it will be very easy for you. Okay, it is a homework for you to make out any 5 difference between brain and spinal cord. Okay, so rest all discussion about reflex section and all we will discuss in the next class. So till now just again go through the book. If you got any more doubt, then again you can ask me. In the next class we will discuss some more regarding this topic. Till then just take care and goodbye.